So there was some huge news over the weekend involving you, and obviously that was that I binged all of Double Cross with Blake Griffin, and it was incredible. What is it like doing this show?
It's a lot of fun, man. I grew up. I mean, obviously doing a lot of pranks as a kid, but then grew up watching, prank shows, and to be able to sort of take a prank show and twist it a little bit, and have some fun with it that way is a lot of fun. Immediately when the idea was presented to me, I thought it'd be a lot of fun, and it turned out great. I'm excited for people to see it.
So Double Cross with Blake Griffin it's kind of, it puts a spin on like some of the classic prankster sort of shows, right? And I love that aspect of it, that you're literally double crossing. Some of these people, and the show is incredible, some of these people are like, I can't believe their reactions. Were you as surprised as like I was as a viewer?
Yeah, absolutely. I was. There was some. You're a little worried about how somebody's going to react, but everybody was so great, and our team did such a great job with these pranks. And I feel like you find yourself like rooting for the people that are doing the pranks, because it's kind of like you're taking somebody who's always gets pranked and you're letting them get revenge. So you kind of root for that person at the same time, and you don't necessarily feel as bad for the person being pranked. So, every situation obviously is different. Every person, all the people that we use were different, but it was a lot of fun seeing everybody's reactions. And then, some of them I was able to pop out, in time and sort of be a part of the reveal. And that was hilarious. It was fun.
So, I don't know much about basketball. All my boys are, we're college players and all huge fans. And one thing that I was really surprised at about, as I watched the show is how funny you are. You don't think, you're tall. So, I wasn't expecting you to be so funny.
People can't be funny.
No, I heard that you get a lot that people say athletes can't be funny or whatever, which, seems insane. But, you are a really, really funny guy. And I love, like, it's kind of like deadpan, is that in general, like your kind of personal, how you are, like you enjoy deadpan comedy?
Yeah, I think I just sort of have a dry sense of humor a little bit. So a lot of times people tell me they can't tell if I'm joking or not. So that's a problem that arises in my life a lot. But yeah, I've just yeah, exactly.
Ruined my joke there, Blake.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that's just kind of like my style a little bit, and they let me play with that and be comfortable with that, and we kind of mixed it up with the intros and brought the people in and kind of set up the show, and was able to sort of do some of that, but then let the pranks take on the show for themselves, and carry that. So for me, it was a lot of fun to film and be a part of and create.
So I got to say, the 4 episodes I binged in one afternoon. I would love to see more. Is that something, you'd think about?
Yeah, absolutely. If that's what the people want, and if that's where it goes, I'd be happy to continue this. Like I said, it was a lot of fun to film these and come up with everything and be a part of it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully people like it enough.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I mean, I was literally cracking up as I'm watching it, like in tears at some points, just because 1, some of the situations, 2, your delivery, and then 3, their reactions are like insane. I was dying. I was literally dying.
Yeah, it was great. We had some great people. The casting department did a great job of picking our pranksters and our prankies. So I was super thrilled with how it came out.
And did you shoot more scenarios than were aired? Like, were there any that you shot that you were like, you know what, this didn't turn out the way we wanted?
Honestly, we got very lucky. There were some where we shot them, a couple times. Not the same people, a couple times.
Yeah.
Prank
scenarios.
And honestly, they all came out great. It was just about picking the best one. again, I feel like I keep saying this, but I felt like we were so lucky with the reactions and how good the people were, and some of them were super charismatic and really hyped it up and built the momentum, and it turned out well.
One of my favorites, and it was hard to pick, and no spoilers, but the whole looking at the house, the realtor, that I think is probably my favorite. I was literally in tears watching this.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
That was one of my favorites as well, and there was a lot of like behind the scenes going on in that one, and it was really cool to watch from like the control room and from the video board, seeing everything go down.
And so that was actually my next question was, what, is there ever a time that you're starting to get nervous or whatever and you want to intervene, but you're like, all right, Blake, like let this continue playing out or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely definitely a little nervous. Not like something crazy is going to happen, but like you feel kind of like a little bit awkward at times. And so like there was definitely that feeling, but for the most part, we tried to like really hold and sit in it and wait for it to, really land before we did any reveal. And it worked. It worked out that way.
One of the other things that I noticed, just because I'm a weirdo, is your fashion in the show. Are you working with a stylist, or is that like your style in general?
That's my style in general. Yeah, that's just kind of how I dress.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, and I'm like every next sequence or whatever, I'm like, oh, that's tight. Oh, that's dope. You know what I mean?
So, it's kind of hard to like get clothes for a shoot or something like this. So I always bring like all my clothes. So it's really just that.
And so you're kind of like, I think it's called the pranktologist. How does that feel like, going from a much different career, and pivoting to something like this that seems like it's another outlet for you, but it's so much different. I would think. I mean, I'm not an NBA player.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than basketball, a tiny bit. But it's fun, man. It's just fun to like, use that side of that creative side and get to sort of put together things like this and be a part of like this amazing crew. And it's just something we shot it in the summer in the off season and didn't take very long at all. We sort of streamlined this whole process and it was a lot of fun.
I love that. And you've been so successful in so many things. What does success mean to Blake?
Success is just finding something you love and continuing that journey. It can be a lot of different things. It can, success can mean, a lot of different things to different people. But to me, it's just a worthy, a worthy cause or a worthy goal, and being able to realize that, being able to live it out, and being able to expand on it and continue to grow.
Awesome. I absolutely love that. And what can we expect, in the future, aside from basketball, obviously, but, can we expect more productions like this? Obviously, you said, there's a chance that we could see more of this, which I'm looking forward to. What are you thinking?
Yeah, we have some stuff in the works, but for right now, obviously basketball is my main focus, and with this coming out, I'm super excited to see people's reactions and hopefully we get to do more of them.
Are you nervous at all about? I mean, you've done other work like this in the past, but this is kind of your baby in a way. Are you nervous at all about the reaction or putting it out in the world?
Honestly, man, when every time I've done something, if I enjoyed the process and I enjoy the final result, it takes some of those nerves away. I mean, obviously you want people to like the things that you do. I think that's just human nature, but I really enjoy, like I said, the process and the final product. So that it sort of takes that pressure off. When it was such a great experience and you're happy with it. If people don't like it, then like at the end of the day, they don't like it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I love that outlook, because no matter what the reaction to it is, and in my opinion, it's going to be awesome. I mean, I love it. But no matter what the reaction is to any project any of us are doing, if we, enjoyed the process, learned from it, anything like that, I mean, it was worth it in the end anyway.
Absolutely. That's sort of the mindset I've had for a while now, and I think it comes with age and it comes with experience, but that's where I'm at. And so, like I said, I hope people like it, but I enjoyed it. I had a blast. Our crew was amazing. Everybody from top to bottom really had to really come together, because these are sort of time sensitive and a lot of moving parts and things have to happen correctly. And they knocked it out of the park.
And, that was another thing I was going to ask is, it seems like a lot of logistics to be like, okay, this person is doing this right now, go, 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 or whatever. How is that? Isn't like your mind blown? I was like trying to think of it behind the scenes wise, and I'm like, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah. And beyond just that, it's the planning, right? Like you have to plan for all these different things. And so when the people are in place and ready, it's a little bit, you can sort of make up for a mistake here or there, but the planning is so important. And our guys did such a good job of making sure we had every like angle covered for coverage of everything. But then also, being ready for different scenarios and then, being quick on the fly. And our actors were all unbelievable. They did a great job of listening to commands, but while also engaging with the people and getting them to do the right things, getting them in the right spots. I mean, their job was so hard, and they killed it.
Awesome. None of our guests leave our show without getting something. So first of all, you see the Blake Funko Pop here.
Oh yes, I see it.
Yeah. So Funko, they're so awesome. They sent us. I heard that you're a big fan of Will Ferrell. Who, I mean, how can you not? He's a legend. So Funko was kind enough to send us, just for you, some very rare Will Ferrell Funko Pops. We have Ron Burgundy and Brian Fantana. Kurt, and this one's actually scented. Brian is.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so these are for you. We'll get them to you, but we wanted to help you, have a little token of one of your fandoms, Will Ferrell and awesome comedy. So
absolutely, I appreciate it. That's awesome. I got a spot for those.
Oh, awesome, man. Yeah, so we'll get that, and we have a 302. We have some t-shirts and stuff for you, 302 Beaches. We'll get that out to you. Blake Griffin, thank you so much for talking to me on Pop Culture Weekly on iHeartRadio. Man, this show, Double Cross with Blake Griffin, is so awesome. I'm so hyped for everybody to see it. Out in March 19th on True TV. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.